What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle, and I'm going to upload this to Positive Plus Some, Shawn Mendes. He wrote a heartfelt message on public, I saw it on Twitter, probably on Instagram too, to his fans. I want to read this and respond to this. Shawn Mendes, if you don't know, is a pop star, young man. He's 23. So this is a heartfelt letter to the public and his fans. Sometimes I ask myself what it is that I should be doing with my life, and what I always hear in return is to tell the truth, to be the truth. I feel like that's a hard thing to do, though. I'm afraid that if people know and see the truth, they might think less of me. They might become bored of me. So in those moments of feeling low, I either put on a show or hide. The truth in current form is a 23-year-old who constantly feels like he's either flying or drowning. Maybe that's just what it is to be in your 20s. I don't know. Or maybe that's just me. The truth is, I really do want to show up in the world as my 100% true, honest, unique self and not care what anyone thinks. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I really don't care what people think, and I feel free. Most of the time it's a struggle, though. That's the truth. The truth is, even with so much success, I still find it hard to feel like I'm not falling or failing. Hyper-focused on what I don't have, forgetting to see all that I do. The truth is, I'm overwhelmed and overstimulated. Laugh out loud. The truth is also that I'm okay. I'm just trying to tell and be the truth. I like to think that maybe me saying this might resonate with some people. And boy, did it resonate with people. To me, that comes across as authentic. And I want to address the elephant in the room. A lot of people were wondering come out as some type of identity, I guess. And people are too wrapped up in that kind of stuff. Nowadays, does anybody care? He could come out, and I don't even think it would be news. I don't think that's what it could be. What he's talking about, I'm not going to guess that deep into it, but he didn't bring that up. So I just found it off-putting that people were like, "Oh, I don't get it. Is he coming out? Like, are you listening to what he's saying?" Anyone can be struggling with that, and I appreciate it. He said, "Well, I'm successful. Basically, I got money, but money doesn't solve everything. Like, you're not going to be rich and be okay mentally necessarily." And he was being real. Some of the comments were just absolutely amazing. Somebody said, Olivia said, "I feel this so much. Life is a never-ending puzzle to me. Sometimes everything fits into place. Sometimes I can't figure out where anything goes. But sometimes you just got to make peace with the pieces." I mean, it's just emotion. So it was a stream of consciousness is what it read as to me. It was emotion, and then it brought out emotion in other people. You don't need to know who Shawn Mendes is for this to be powerful. I'm not a big follower of his. He's all right, got some pop songs. I'm not really a huge fan. I don't hate him, though. But this is dope. This is why he has that connection with his fans, though. He's always been like this. Somebody said, "You don't know how I relate to your text now. I'm in my 20s too. We're the same age, but actually I just turned 24 these days. It's hard to know who we are or exactly why we exist and what we serve in this world. Anxiety makes everything worse and more intense. But what comforts me is having faith in a God who is perfect and always knows the best for us. I know I'm not there by chance, and I fight every day to find out who I am. Some days I feel like ish, and I can barely get up. In others, I feel brave and take small steps. I've had very difficult moments in my life where it might have been depression. I never got diagnosed, never took any medicine or anything. But I was living out of my car for a while, left a good paying job, and became a bell attendant. I was homeless for I don't even remember anymore. I think it's about a week. in Dearborn, Michigan. I used to live out in Royal Oak, Michigan at the time. And I was just like day by day. And faith is what helped me get out of it. Faith that I'm like, okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with being homeless if that's what you want to be. So I wasn't looking at it like that. I was looking at it like, is this God's plan for me? And I just felt like, no, I don't think it is. Who knows? I could be wrong. I might not be listening to the right things, but my faith helped me. And I like how that person there took it to faith, because I'm going to end with this. A lot of our young generation, they don't believe in God. And I don't know about Mendes. I'm not familiar with his. But a lot of people, not even Gen Z, even millennials, a lot of them just don't believe in God. And that's where you need to find it. The faith is hard. It's something you work at. 43% of millennials don't know, don't care, don't believe God exists. And there's no right or wrong, but I think you have faith either way. I'm taking this off of Shawn Mendes. This is where it took me. If you don't believe in God, then that is your faith. Your faith is that you don't believe in God because you don't know and I don't know. That's why it's called faith. So it's fine not to. But what that is understand you still have faith. It's just faith is not in God or higher power. So then what is your faith into? You could make your faith just being anti-religion, basically saying there is nothing there. But how does that help you find purpose? If you don't find God, then you will find God in something else, whether it's drugs, whether it's video games, whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's sports, whether it's sex. I think Shawn Mendes brought up an interesting topic to broach. And sometimes I look at our country and I pray for our country, because a lot of the things that I'm seeing, when you don't have faith in a higher power, it makes you easier to be manipulated into another thing. And I think as human beings, we naturally have to find purpose. Let me know what you think. Take care.